supposed to be gravitating towards your North Node. So this is why we're talking about it today, because it's so imperative.
Yes, there we go.
To know what your North Node is.
Hi.
What's up?
What is up?
Sunshine, I see. It looks like Rasta firing colors in your shirt. Am I correct?
Not quite. A little bit. Save,
Oh, it's a frog.
save the frogs. Save the frogs.
Well, my color was the green and the red and the yellow. I'm like, okay, Rasta boy. Rasta firing.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for tapping in. As I was saying earlier, we see a lot of people are requesting to be on the live, but for tonight, it's just going to be me and Bestie, okay? Because we have a lot to unload on you guys, but as I said, I'm going to reiterate it. If you guys want to be on our live, drop me a DM. Either drop me a DM or drop Bessie, and we'll see about getting you guys on the platform. We'll find a topic that is geared towards inviting other people in and hearing their perspective. Tonight, we have a lot but we just don't have time to bring anybody else. Not tonight.
Right.
We'll save that for another. So welcome, guys, for coming on. I was late. We appreciate you guys for being on. And so you guys can catch the playback. So if it's your first time here, welcome. If not, welcome back. I'm actually Anya, an intuitive alchemist and energy reader, and I'm just here to help y'all heal. And we're healing with humor because laughter is always the best medicine.
Okay. And I am B, also known as Magoon, and in this space, right? And I am what I am. You know, however Spirit decides to use me at that moment, that's what I will be. But ultimately, my goal is to make sure that you receive the healing messages that you receive. Actually, both of us. We want to make sure that you get the healing messages, guidance, prayer, whatever that you need, the tools that you need to be better and have a better lived experience in your life.
Yeah. Definitely, and that starts with having knowledge of self. And this is why we're always talking about knowledge of self, healing, everything spirituality. We dibble and dab in pretty much every pot. We always stir in the pot. Tonight we're going to be talking about the birth chart, the importance of it, and how your North Node can help you with your soul's purpose, your journey, why you are here. Why are you here? Have you guys ever asked yourself that question? We're going to talk about it tonight. So did you want to get into the cards first, or you want to jump into the conversation? It's totally up to you.
I wanted to jump into the conversation. I really was loving it.
I'm super excited, Bestie.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just hop right in. So as I was saying in the beginning, well, just so you guys know, this is episode 19. I'm super excited that we have made it this far. I can't believe we're almost 20 episodes in. This is bananas. So thank you guys for supporting us, for rocking with us, for sharing, for liking, for commenting, for interacting with us, because we couldn't have done it without you guys, because YouTube and the algorithm be on one. And we know that anyone who speaks any type of truth usually gets shadow banned. So we really appreciate you guys for getting the message out, interacting, sharing, and catching us after hours, because every time we're on the live, it's few people, but whenever I post, hundreds of you guys come in. So we know what you guys are watching, and we really appreciate it. So, again, we are 19 episodes in, and tonight is going to be a very important topic, okay? We're going to be talking about the lessons that you guys need to learn in this lifetime in order for you guys to navigate on the right path to find out what your purpose is, why you are here, why did you reincarnate on planet Kai, also known as Atlantis, also known as Earth. Why did you reincarnate on Earth? And what lessons do you guys need to learn? And you can find that out simply by going to your birth chart. Take a little snippet peek at your birth chart and looking at your North Node. And your North Node essentially is the energy you need to be in order to get to your bag and get to the promised land, in order to find out why you guys are here and how you need to navigate on this planet while you're here. So the North Node represents the lessons that you need to learn, how you need to evolve, and by understanding your North Node, align yourself with your soul's purpose and how to open up that door to abundance. So we're going to start off with all of the 12 zodiac signs. We'll start off with Aries, where we're going to go through all the 12 zodiac signs. And just a disclaimer, your North Node is separate from your sun sign. Now, sometimes your North Node happens to be in the same sign as your sun sign, but it is separate. You can't find your North Node by saying, oh, I'm an Aries. Oh, I'm a Taurus sun. It's separate. So you'll have to look that information up online. I can post the website where you guys can find it when Magoon gets into the cards, but that is separate from your sun sign. So we're going to start off with Aries, and I made some notes, so I will be looking down for the majority of this process, just so I make sure I don't miss anything. So if your North Node is in Aries, the fiery sign of Aries, your soul's purpose revolves around developing independence and courage, okay? You are here to learn how to take initiative and assert yourself, embrace leadership roles, and trust your instincts. And you know, Aries is the first of the zodiac signs. So this is like hand in hand with what you should be doing. Taking initiative, being first, showing leadership skills. This is 100% Aries energy. And you are going to attract abundance through your fearless pursuit of new beginnings. Not being afraid to step out on faith and trusting yourself. And how do you do that? You have to know thyself. Once you know thyself, you start trusting yourself, because then you know your abilities and what you're capable of doing. Next, we have North Node in Taurus. If your North Node is in Taurus, your journey is about finding stability and valuing the material world. Focus on building a secure and comfortable life, and learn to appreciate the beauty and simplicity. By nurturing your self-worth and creating a solid foundation, you open the door to financial and emotional abundance. And Magoon and I have talked about this several times, because both of our North Nodes are in Taurus. And what I have come to learn by having a North Node in Taurus is that we have to understand that it is up to us to create a lifestyle that is comfortable for ourselves and those around us. Because in previous lifetimes, a lot of things were given to us. We were treated like royalty. We basically were royalty in previous lifetimes. So it's up to us to make ish happen in this lifetime. And when we do, that's when the financial blessings are going to pour on us. Next, we have North Node in Gemini. The twins. North Node in Gemini urges you to embrace communication and adaptability. And if you know anything about Geminis, I have posted several things about Geminis, all about communication, talking. Some of the most famous lyricists are Geminis. Geminis, when you have a Gemini child, that is Spirit's way of letting you know you got to work on communicating. You got to talk. You got to get it out this lifetime. So Gemini is all about talking, communicating, getting your point across. So it is urging you to embrace communication and adaptability. Your soul's growth comes from learning to connect with others, sharing your ideas and being open to new information, maybe fostering curiosity and flexibility. You create opportunities for abundance through knowledge and networking. And this is Gemini energy to the T, because there is not one Gemini that I don't know that does not network. And is networking with multiple people and is always building new relationships. My youngest child is a Gemini, and she is the most talkative one in her class. So this goes to show you that this energy is not fake. Like, it's not fugazi, it's real, and it starts from a young age. So Let's get into Cancer. North Node in Cancer. With a Cancer North Node, your soul's purpose is about nurturing and emotional connections. You are here to develop deep, meaningful relationships and to create a sense of home and family. By embracing your empathetic and caring nature, you attract abundance through the love and support you give and receive. And that's Cancer energy all day. They are the mother of the zodiac signs. It's all about home, nurturing, keeping the family together, developing meaningful relationships, and creating a sense of home wherever you go. As long as you have a Cancer around, you're going to always feel at home, because that's Cancerian energy, to make you feel like you're at home. You're going to always feel like you're at home around a Cancer. North Node in Virgo. Those with the North Node in Virgo are here to learn about service, organization, and practical skills. Any Virgo that you know is about servicing the public. Every Virgo I know services the public in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Your path involves bringing order to chaos and being of service to others by focusing on details and improving your skills. Virgos are very analytical, so they're always looking for how to make something better. And people may take that as, oh, you're so picky, but they're always trying to improve something. So it's not that they're nitpicking, they're always looking to, how can I improve this? You create a sense of purpose and attract abundance through your dedication and precision. Okay, that was North Node in Virgo. North Node in Libra. North Node in Libra is about learning balance, harmony, and partnership. Your soul's purpose involves understanding the value of cooperation and compromise. By building relationships and seeking fairness, you attract abundance through connections and peace that you cultivate with others. North Node in Scorpio. The watery sign of Scorpio. With Scorpio North Node, your journey is about transformation and embracing the deeper aspects of life. You are here to learn about power, intimacy, and rebirth. That phoenix rising from the ashes. Every Scorpio I know has had several rebirths. Literally, like internal deaths, that's where they die, but internal deaths, like killing a part of themselves and rebirthing a new part of themselves. By facing your fears and diving into the unknown, you attract abundance through profound personal growth and regeneration. So you are going to get to that bag and find growth and be on your soul's path when you regenerate, when you renew. Okay, when you start over and grow and just not be afraid of something new, because sometimes when you're a fixed sign, you just like to gravitate towards what you know, what's familiar, but nothing changes if nothing changes, and growth is going to always be uncomfortable. So embrace it. North Node in Sagittarius. North Node in Sagittarius calls you to explore, seek truth, and expand your horizons. Your soul's purpose is about embracing freedom and broadening your perspective. By following your quest for knowledge and adventure, you attract abundance through experience and wisdom. That is 100% Sagittarius energy. North Node in Capricorn. Those with North Node in Capricorn are here to learn about responsibility, discipline, and achievement. Your path involves setting goals and working diligently towards them. By embracing your ambition and taking on leadership roles, you attract abundance through your hard work and your hard work and perseverance. North Node in Aquarius. North Node in Aquarius is about embracing innovation, community, and humanitarian ideas. Your soul's journey involves being true to your individuality while contributing to the greater good by fostering a sense of belonging and championing progressive ideas. You attract abundance through your visionary contributions. And last but not least, North Node in Pisces. Did I do North Node in Leo? I feel like I skipped North Node. I think I completely skipped Leo. Let me go ahead and do Pisces, and I'll get back to Leo. I'm sorry, Leos. Finally, North Node in Pisces calls you to develop a compassion, spirituality, and surrender. Your purpose is to learn to trust the flow of life and connect with the divine. By embracing your intuition and nurturing your spiritual side, you attract abundance through faith and universal connection. And last but certainly not least, North Node in Leo. North Node in Leo is about embracing your creative self-expression and stepping into the spotlight. Your soul's journey involves cultivating confidence and sharing your unique gifts with the world. By following your passions and leading with your heart, you attract abundance through your authenticity, honesty, and creativity. That is North Node in Leo. And that concludes all of the 12 signs. And again, you can find this information. I'll drop it in the chat on several websites that can help you find what your North Node falls in it. And it's also going to tell you what your South Node is, the energy that you should be coming away from, moving away from, because that is your comfort zone. Your South Node is your comfort zone, the energy that you have been in many, many lifetimes that you may find that you always gravitate to. But again, change is constant. And if nothing changes, nothing changes. So come on out that South Node, people. Come on out of her. Come on out, because you want growth. You want that bag. You want that money. You got to come out that South Node, okay? And it literally is taking me years to be comfortable being in my South Node, or North Node rather, because I'm so used to being in that Scorpio South Node. Oh, it'll work itself out. And if it doesn't, somebody help me out. No, okay, you on your own. Okay, you are on your own. If you want something to happen, you gotta make something happen. Okay, get out of the mindset that someone is coming to save you. You are your savior. For the North Nodes and Taurus, we are our saviors. So that's all I have to say about that.
Can you read? Can you read Taurus one more time? Just one more time.
I sure can, because let me tell you, we share this North Node with a lot of celebrities that are near and dear to my heart. I've told you before, Lauren London has this North Node, Nipsey has this North Node, and I'm telling you, this is just really, it's taking me a while to get used to it, but I know that, if the more I embrace it, I know the more blessings are going to rain down on me. North Node in Taurus. If your North Node is in Taurus, your journey is about finding stability and valuing the material world. Focus on building a secure and comfortable life, and learn to appreciate beauty and simplicity. By nurturing your self-worth and creating a solid foundation, you will open the door to financial and emotional abundance. Now let's pause right quick, because that last sentence really hit. By nurturing your self-worth and creating a solid foundation, you open the door to financial and emotional abundance. You know what I got from that, Bestie? Because I find that I'm always taking care of everyone else. When I start nurturing my self-worth, I'm going to open up the door to financial and emotional abundance. And not that I don't value, love, and honor myself, but sometimes I'm always making sure everybody else is good before I'm good. And what this is saying blatantly is when you start valuing and nurturing your self-worth and creating a solid foundation, the gates of heaven, the financial blessings are going to come bringing it down on you, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's saying. The cards never lie, and the birth charts never lie. And I know what I got to do.
Right, and what's funny is I have the people that I listen to, right, and they're always saying, I always feel like I could tell when they're talking directly to me and stuff like key things, right, and they're often always saying rest. Spirit wants you to rest, and I'm like, what's rest? I'm so used to working. I'm so used to doing for others. I don't know what it means to actually rest. So, and even in the beginning of my channel, I had to learn to rest so that I could accurately and properly deliver the message to people, because I'm like, I can't be on live going like this, like, oh yeah, well this card means this. No, I can't go up here and do it. So I have to have that proper rest. Right. Looking all cross-eyed because I'm tired and yawning, and I'm not going to say, if you look at my earlier videos, there were a few times because I didn't know any better, right? I was like, no, I got to get this out here. I got to push myself, and spirit's like, no, rest. Um, nurture yourself. And because in it, I have often, well, not, I'm not going to say often, but what I have found is that when you do rest, and this can go for anybody, not just for those of us with the Taurus North node, excuse me. But what I have found is that when you rest and you get proper rest, your mind gets a lot more ideas, because your mind isn't fighting itself. Your mind is like, I'm well rested. I've had this vacation. Okay, now this is what we learned on the vacation. You get inspired by this music, and now this music is going to turn into some sort of artwork or some sort of jewelry piece that someone's going to buy, all because you decided and let yourself rest. So please get out there and rest, and as you need to, please go out and take the time for yourself, for sure.
Very important message. And before you get into the cards, I just had a vision of what next week's topic should be. I think we should talk about the South Node and what energy people should come out of. I mean, we've talked about what energy you should be in now. I think next week we should talk about the energy that you should not be in. And I think that would help.
Yeah.
So many people, and just kind of reiterate the energy that you should be in, but definitely, because people can relate, I feel like, more to the energy that they're currently in. They can relate to that because they're probably in it, because it's what they're used to. And then we can say, you know what, let's out of that and continue to be in this spot.
Right.
I already got that next topic.
Right. Well, I mean, it's good because that's what I was looking up, because I was like, wait, I didn't look up the South Node to compare, and the keyword that stuck out to me for our South Node was intensity. It said you're used to being intense. You're used to doing things in intense ways, and it's like, oh, so that's why you're telling me at this moment in this lifetime I need to rest and manifest, rest and manifest, and stop being intense. Which is,
while we were so intense, I've read so many different articles that said that because the type of job that we had, we were basically assistants to like royals, to kings.
I believe that.
To people that had very important jobs. So we had to be intense because our jobs were very serious. And that's why this lifetime we need to relax, because we've been intense every lifetime. So we need to relax this lifetime. We have to.
We do. We do. I smiled because of the two cards that came out.
What happened?
I'm getting to the first card, but so since we were talking about the North Node, I guess Spirit directed me to this deck first and foremost, y'all, everybody. And it's the Light Worker Oracle for those that are interested in this. And the first card that fell out is Karmic Clearing. Karmic Clearing. So I'm going to read that. It says, you are fast outgrowing a level of consciousness to which are attached particular wounds, issues, and struggles. As you outgrow that consciousness, these issues will release their grip on you. You are receiving divine notice that karmic clearing is taking place through a combination of your own efforts and spiritual grace from the heart of the divine. It is time for an old wound to be released once and for all. Karma is not punishment. Karma is essentially our soul's lesson plan for this lifetime, carried over from past lifetimes. It is the way we grow and develop as a soul, sometimes through challenges and sometimes through blessings. Our positive karma is seen in the skills and talents we have mastered over many lifetimes. Also, when opportunities flow easily and healing happens swiftly, there is a sense of positive karma as easy grace that effortlessly takes place in your life. This is what happens when we are clear enough of our own past pain to have little resistance between us and the natural flow of life. More challenging karma is revealed in the lessons we are still learning. These usually appear in the guise of painful circumstances or reactions that repeat themselves in our lives. The stronger the soul, the more challenging the lesson it is willing to master this lifetime. As with any education, the higher level of training, the more demanding the work. When you are working through big challenges, it is often a sign that you are on an advanced spiritual path. Must you always have struggle in your life as an advanced soul? Of course not. As you master your lessons, you will find you develop an ability to live your life more peacefully. However, it would be incorrect to interpret a struggle as a sign that you are not progressing spiritually. So I'm going to read that again. However, it would be incorrect to interpret a struggle as a sign that you are not progressing spiritually. Sometimes the more pain, sometimes the more painful a struggle has been, the more difficult it can be to release that pain and associated memories or scars. The spiritual worlds know you are in need of divine intervention to help clear a pattern that was once painfully lodged in your body, mind, and soul. Enough of the struggle. Divine love now offers healing and freedom. We clear karma by learning to trust and relax, by choosing not to punish ourselves with the shame, guilt, fear, or unworthiness, by continuing to balance our efforts with a surrender into divine grace. We take responsibility for our own healing, doing all that we can, and trusting that the universe will lovingly and effectively handle everything else so that we can progress and succeed. If you have been struggling with a long term issue, this oracle card comes as a particular sign that the universe wants to step in and assist you. Repeat the invocation below for at least 6 days and nights. Invite this healing blessing of karmic clearing through love into your life now. And what I will do for everyone that is watching, I will take a picture of this and post it on my page so that you may come to it and read it because I know it's going to be, you know, you will have to fast forward the video every day for the next 6 days. But I will say this: it reads the invocation. I call upon the karmic board of ascended beings, angels, guides, and holy ones who love me unconditionally and ask for your divine blessing, healing, and assistance now. I open myself up to divine grace, divine love, and karmic absolution. I choose to surrender my attachment to the suffering I have experienced. I have learned and been willing to go through this experience, and yet I am now willing to learn and go through a higher vibrational experience of love. Through divine authority and my own free will, this karmic clearing manifests now, according to the highest law of love. May this blessing reach into the hearts of all beings, according to divine compassion, mercy, and grace. So be it.
I love that.
Absolutely
Oh,
love
wait,
it.
my
Right.
okay, just went out. Hold on.
Okay. And while she's fixing that, while she is fixing that, I thought it was very a lot of times on the channels, like Ashley and I, you know, we talk and sometimes we don't talk, but I did want to get the basis of what tonight's topic would be so that I could prepare. And as I was preparing, I was literally led to get this deck. And now I see why. Like the first card is talking about karmic cleansing. And the only way we can karmic cleanse is if we understand what our north nodes is guiding us. Our north node is leading us north. It's leading us out of things. It's leading us to some things in our life. And we had to understand what our north node is. And then, as she stated, we will come back next week to tell you what your south node is so you can know what things you need to be running from, basically. Well, I'm not going to say running from like you're scared, but you need, okay, you baby, you have mastered this already. You are living in comfortability, and now your north node is saying, I want more for you. So I find this ironic. And then I always talk about the heart space. So I am going to read the next card as well. And it's called Heart Transmission. Heart Transmission. Because the next thing that you must know is that you have to put your heart in everything that you do. If you don't have heart, you're not going to finish the race, right? You got to have your heart. You got to make sure that you're invested in it with your heart first, and then the rest will follow. So let's see how your heart is being transfused, right? Um, so it says, your heart is capable not only of giving and receiving love, but of connecting you to a great network of beings that resonate in the highest frequencies of divine love, which the other card told us to call upon those same frequencies to help us right now, okay? Through your heart, you can receive information and guidance from networks of light that fill our universe. As you learn to open your heart to receiving these transmissions, your ability to work with group consciousness in a loving way increases. You shall affect humanity in a loving way, influencing the collective rather than allowing the lower frequencies of the collective to overwhelm you. Working with a group, working with group energy is a leap on the spiritual path with risk, but also great reward in terms of empowerment to manifest your life mission. The risk with group energy is mitigated when you approach it from the heart rather than the head. The mind can argue one point of view and then immediately and convincingly argue its opposite. The heart, however, either feels something resonates or it doesn't, whether or not there is a logical explanation for it. The mind can be seduced by those who tell you they have great spiritual power, but this will instantly trigger intuitive warning bells in your heart. For those with genuine power, do not need to convince you of it. The heart is the key to deciding where you offer your devotion. When you offer devotion to the group consciousness that loves you unconditionally, your heart feels safe, loved, and an inner knowing of the rightness of that group for you. Whether that group exists on the earthly plane or in a spiritual dimension. For as long as it gives you life, broadens your horizons, nourishes your truths, and empowers you to live your destiny, that group is serving you. I'm going to read that again. I have to read that again. I'm sorry. When you offer devotion to the group consciousness that loves you unconditionally, your heart feels safe, loved, and an inner knowing of the rightness of that group for you, whether that group exists on the earthly plane or in the spiritual dimension. For as long as it gives you life, broadens your horizons, nourishes your truth, and empowers you to live your destiny, that group is serving you. If you do not experience these positive effects, if you feel drained, confused, or that your issues are not resolving as you work with this group, listen carefully to your heart and question whether it is indeed the right place for you to be. It is important to also work with groups that can serve. Although you may love your family, for example, they may not be the group you can best serve. Perhaps those who are open, willing, and receptive to your spiritual gifts are outside of your family. Perhaps your family can benefit spiritually from you in the role of mother or son or daughter, but not in the role of spiritual mentor. On the other hand, some groups may want to feed off of you, but not learn to do for themselves. They may wish for you to give them the answers to their problems. They may not be willing to develop the trust, courage, confidence, and empowerment that is required to take responsibility for their own relationship to the universe, which is needed so they can grow in soul wisdom through their life experiences. Your heart may guide you to withdraw your services from such people because you love them and want them to grow. Your heart will guide you to operate differently with different people. You may be guided to explore hobbies or interests that lead you to the next group that your presence can assist. The heart will also guide you when it is time to move on. The transmission of the heart gives a truthful assessment of the interaction of your frequency with the frequency of a group. Is it mutually raised? Then this is a spiritually constructive connection. Is it diminished? This will not be so helpful. The heart empowers you to know when to work with others, for how long, and in what way. Trust it. The more you do, the more groups which can bring great benefit to you and to the planet can enter your world. Your invocation: I have gratitude for the heart transmission that guides me through universal love into the group consciousness that can best serve the greatest good and my own divine destiny. I ask for protection, insight, clear knowing, clear feeling to guide me through the many groups that I will love and work with spiritually this lifetime. May all my group involvements be constructive. May love, light, and power increase in me and upon the earth through all group work, blessed by grace. May the unconditionally loving ones help all group endeavors attain spiritual success through my own free will and divine love. So be it.
So be it. Ashe, ashe, ashe. And I'm going to build off of what you said because I love how the cards always speak in parables. When I hear transmission of the heart, I'm thinking it's something that you have to always take care of. When you have a transmission, what you got to do, make sure that it's always being checked, make sure that lights will
Exactly.
come on, you making sure that you get in that A and B service, if you drive a foreign, like you have to make sure that that car is in good condition. Otherwise, you may end up with that light, that red light coming on. So I love how whenever we're looking at cards and having conversations, and just in spirituality in general, it's always tends to speak in parables, even dreams speak in parables. And it's up to you to connect the dots and put the puzzle pieces together. But I think that when it speaks about transmission of the heart, is making sure that you take care of it, making sure that you do not wait till the last minute to nurture it, because then you got to get a new one.
Exactly.
You wait till the last minute, it's too late. You have to get a new one. There's really no fixing. And I like also what you said about family, because sometimes family is not what you were born into, is what you create. And we are here to be creators, whether that's content, whether that's creating life, whether that's birthing ideas into the universe and helping other people to create things by being that idea that sparks the brain of being the idea that sparks the brain of someone else. Like Tupac always says, like, I may not change the world, but I may be that person that sparks the brain of someone. Like, that shit is real and it's deep, because you're essentially changing the world because you're giving someone else an idea on how they can change the world. So that's still changing the world.
Exactly.
And sometimes you can't be logical about everything. You have to live. Logical and living have to coexist, because if you're logical about everything, you're going to question everything, and some things cannot be explained. It just is.
Right.
It is what it is.
Right.
So
And I will even say like that I had to pause with that second card because I was hearing some things that had the spirit was telling me, and I was like, okay, I can let me receive this in this moment. So that's why there were certain moments where I had to pause. But it also reminded me of a dream that I recently had, and I had to look it up because it was so bogus to me and out of this world. I said, wait, I got to look this up. And what the dream was telling me is that I am starting to release some of that old stuff and embrace the new stuff. And I was just like, okay. So, with this, with the, what was it, the heart, excuse me, the heart transmission card, it was really speaking to me because it's like I just had a dream about it. These are some of the prayers I've been saying, and now it's coming up. It's coming up in the readings that I've been hearing. It's coming up the readings that I'm giving. So it's like, okay, Spirit, you are truly talking to me as well as the collective reader and listener. Because we may have other readers out there watching, but I did just wanted to take a gamble at what was at the bottom of the deck. And I did show my YouTube audience. So now I'm going to show everyone here. And it says, trust in the plan. I'm not going to read the card, but it says, trust in the plan. So trust in the plan that Spirit is doing right now, where you are starting to release things, or you're starting to react differently. Again, that goes along with your north node. Your north node is pushing you and pulling you to do things differently. So whereas before, and I say this all the time on my other channel, is that you can get mad, but whenever you start making changes, the things that used to make you mad don't make you mad anymore. You're just like, okay. And that shows growth, right? That shows maturity, but it also shows you that your north node is pulling you in that direction for a reason.
right, right.
So
And sometimes when it's uncomfortable,
exactly.
it's
So
going
it
to be uncomfortable. Change is not going to always be easy. And what you said earlier that I forgot to build off of, you said sometimes when things are changing, you feel like it's an uproot and you're going in the wrong direction, and that's the furthest from the truth. When change is happening and you're uncomfortable and you feel like the shit is hitting the fan, that should be your indication that you're on the right path, because low vibrational energy doesn't come for high vibrational energy unless it's doing something right. So if everything is going right in your life, you got to question if you're really on the right path. But if you're being constantly challenged, constantly conflicted, you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you're doing something right.
exactly.
You're doing something right. But low vibrational energy is constantly trying to bring high vibrational energy down.
And
So
that
remember that whenever you weight of the world.
and I was just saying, and that includes people with low vibrational energy coming towards you. Now, it's two things with that. Now, it's because somebody have that intent of pulling you down, and then others have that intent of saying, "Oh, I need healing," but they don't subconsciously they don't realize that they're asking for healing, but they're coming to you for healing, right? And that's what that first card was saying, that you have to understand when is the proper time for you to heal people, because you can get to a certain stage, but then it's gonna be like, okay, now baby, I have nursed you from the tit. I have swaddled you with the pampers. I have taught you how to. You have went from crawling to walking on your own. You are now going to the bathroom on your own, baby. It's time for you to do for yourself. And it's and right, and you give them the tools now, and then that comes with the saying, I can lead the horse to the water, but I can't make the horse drink. But once you have led that horse to the water, it's up to them to decide if they're going to drink or not, because your horse, you're the one that's thirsty. I'm not thirsty, you are. So if you're asking me for resources and I give you the resources and you refuse to drink, that is on you. My hands is clean. I have done my duty. So if I walk away, if you get upset with me, get upset with yourself. because you have walked away from your resource, the thing that you've asked me to help provide for you.
Boom. When
Boom.
the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Exactly.
The teacher will appear when the student is ready. And you have to understand that you're not always going to be in school. It comes a time where you graduate. You graduate from everything. I saw an Instagram post on this astrologer that I follow, and she said, I didn't get a divorce. I graduated from my marriage. And I was like, what a profound way to look at
Ooh.
it. Others would say, oh, horrible. That's devastating.
Cold
How you
chills.
graduation. You graduate from everything. You graduate from school, relationships, and sometimes marriages. Everybody is a teacher. Everyone is a teacher, whether it's a good teacher or a bad teacher. Everyone is your teacher, and you're going to graduate from a lot of things, from friendships, from marriages, from schools, from a lot of different things. So everything is your teacher. Everyone is your teacher.
Right.
Everything is teaching you something.
And as you was talking, I got, all of a sudden I start hearing or seeing, like legit seeing the story of Elijah and Elisha from the Bible. Because when you was talking about the teacher, when the student is ready, the teacher is there, and the Bible goes, Elijah was the prophet at the time, and Elisha kept coming to him saying, I want you to teach me. He was like, okay, if you want me to be your teacher, do this. And he would do those things. And finally he was like, why am I doing these basically meaningless things? And he's like, they're not meaningless. You're actually learning something, and you'll get the lesson later on. And then eventually it got to the point where the teacher had to leave the student. Elijah had to leave Elisha. And the story goes, a chariot came from heaven. Come on, Cancer energy. We're in the Cancer season. And, picked up Elijah. And Elijah said, if you see me get caught up, then everything that I have will be given to you. And not only did Elisha see this thing happen, he got a little bit more than Elijah and was able to do a lot more. So I don't know who that is for, but what I'm getting out of that is, once you learn to push past your mind space and follow your heart space, and once you're able to tap into that teacher, you're going to start seeing an abundance in your life that you never have seen before. You're going to start coming up with new ideas. You're going to start seeing new visions. You're going to start being able to create the way you're supposed to, because you're mentally you're pushing your mental blocks away and following that heart space.
You're in alignment, and most people don't realize if they're not in alignment, they can't put out their best work. They can't put out their best material. They can't put out their best product because they're not in alignment. They can put stuff out. Anybody can put something out, but is it your best work?
Right.
Is it going to be legendary? Is it going to be catastrophic? Okay. It's going to be legendary.
World changing, world renowned.
World changing. Like, is it going to be earth shattering? And it will be if you're on the right path. You have to be in alignment, because the earth vibrates on a certain frequency. So if you're not on that frequency, you're just putting stuff out just to put it out, just to say you did something, just to keep up with what's current, just to say that, you know what, I'm putting stuff out, point blank period. I don't know if it's my best work or if it's something I can say is a masterpiece, but you have to be in alignment with the earth's frequency. And guess what, baby? The earth vibrates on a high frequency. So that means you gotta be on a high frequency to match the earth's energy. And I think that goes over a lot of people's heads, because they think, oh, I can just, do my thug sizzle and just shake and move out in these streets any kind of way. No, because you're not going to be in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing to put out the best and be the best.
Right.
Be the best at what you do. And I was going to mention something else that you talked about. I hate when I don't write something down because I write stuff down so I don't forget. Sagittarius brain, don't mind me. But that's so true. You have to always make sure that you're in alignment and that you're vibrating on a frequency that's going to be conducive to success. And success means that you are healing. You're successful when you're healing. It starts within.
Mm-hmm.
Success starts within. It's not outward first. You got to go in. You got to go in. You got to be successful in the inside to be successful on the outside. And that's hard for a lot of people to do because they don't teach us that in school, to go within. They don't teach us you got to learn how to balance your emotions out. They don't teach you that, not unless you have a therapist. But who's talking about therapy in pre-K or in 5th grade? Nobody. You get a therapist once you damn near like about to croak. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not teaching this.
Well, I will say this. There are some teachers that teach you how to get aligned because I remember I had to be I was in kindergarten and I was going to a Catholic school, mind you. Our art teacher had us meditating before we decided to do art. Yes. We would meditate. We would meditate before we did the paper mache and the painting. We had to meditate. Yes, she made sure that we were grounded.
That is
Exactly.
not unless you're going to like a private school or a school that's, designated towards inner being and spirituality and high
Exactly.
vibration. That's very interesting. I've never heard of a teacher teaching you how to meditate. That's interesting.
Yep, and the two most things that I remember is us having to walk down through a cornfield and going through the corn, and then the next one was we were on a hot air balloon ride. I remember those things. I do. And it lifted us up and brought us back down. And when she said, "Okay, now everybody's ready to be creative," and we create. So
that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
See, but you're a prime example of having great teachings and proving that there are some teachers out there that kind of go against the grain because it's really not in their syllabus to teach anything spirituality. So that teacher was probably using some of what she has used on herself on her class. That's beautiful.
Exactly.
That is absolutely beautiful.
Exactly. So I was just like, oh yeah, like I remember that. And it's this part of yourself. What was it? It was coming to me a few minutes ago. Oh, emotional health is not just, emotional wealth. Emotional health is not just uh, healthy for you, right? But it also brings you wealth. Because again, when you're balanced, when you have a balanced mind, when you have a peaceful state of mind, you're able to execute and plan things the way that they're supposed to be done. You're able to see, oh, okay, I skipped this and I got to go back. So even okay, I got to tell you business just a titty bit, a little bit, bestie, a little bit. So I like just a little bit, but it goes along with the example, right? So I called Bestie and I said, hey, I just wanted to know, I just wanted to be reminded of the topic. I know it was dealing with our notes, and she was like, yeah. And I was like, were you asleep? And she was like, yeah, I had to get my rest, so I'm not, all over the place for the show. And I was like, right. But it shows, and just like when as she was giving the reading, she noticed that she skipped over the Leo's passage, right? If she was tired, she would have kept going, and somebody would say, you didn't do Leo. What happened to Leo? And then we had to go back next episode and say, I apologize, but we skipped Leo, but this is Leo. But because she was well rested, because she was able to balance and get her mind, centered and one, she was able to catch it, go back and fix the mistake. That is what your mind does when you are balanced and well rested. When your mind is not balanced and well rested, it's all over the place. You make mistakes. People will say you would. I know me, for example. I do things so fast that I don't even remember doing them. which is scary in a bit. But it's like, oh wait, I already did that. Oh yeah, I already did that. And then, now everybody's looking at me like, you don't remember doing that? And I'm like, I don't. And it's because I wasn't resting. It's like my mind was just on go, 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 go. And then on another physical plane, and I tell people I have to be careful with overworking myself because I burn out when I overwork. And I don't even know, sometimes I don't even know that I'm overworking. So it's like I have to make myself take breaks. But there's a story. One of my great grandmothers passed away. She came home from overworking. I have been saying for years that she came home and just fell dead, but no, I found out no, she went to start cooking, and as she was starting to prepare the meal, then she fell dead. Because she was still working, and so I said that will not be my story, right? So we have to understand what is the pattern that you even get from your family, because some of those things could be in our self knows as patterns from my family. And I know we're going to get that probably next week. But but when you notice something, when you're starting to change from something, go with the change. Because that's the other thing I was going to say, because that is that tower moment in your life, disrupting that pattern intentionally for you so that you can grow even more, so that you can go higher and go towards your north node.
That's right. That is right. You
Mhm.
have to essentially come out of that comfort zone. And the mind needs rest just as much as the body needs rest. And if you are overworked, you will make frivolous mistakes. And sometimes those mistakes might cost you your life. You just never know. It is so
Yes.
important to uncondition what has been conditioned and indoctrinated into our brains that
Mhm.
you got to work hard in order to be successful. You have to be diligent about being serious about what you're working on. But I'm not fixing to be working 90 hours a week and never seeing my family and putting blood, sweat, and tears into a company that I don't even own. You don't bump your head. You don't bump your head. Like, I'm going to put blood, sweat, and tears into my healing. And then that's going to speak for itself whenever I produce something. That's what I'm going to put blood, sweat, and tears into. So it's about un-effing yourself. You have to un-eff yourself, because we have been taught that we have to work for someone else in order to be successful. You have to have this great 9 to 5. It'd be excellent if it was corporate. Having a fancy title is stupendous and stupendous, but it all boils down to healing yourself. That's the best title, being healed, because anything that you try to apply for or you try to go into and build is going to be successful because your internal beings are successful. That's why healing is so essential. That's why we preach about it all the time.
Exactly.
On this channel, on Magoon's YouTube channel, we always preach the importance of healing, because it has monumental effects on everything that you do. It affects everything. It affects the relationships that you have. It affects how you shake and move out here. Your relationship with yourself, with your significant other, your family. Healing is essential because it affects everything. It affects everything and everyone. So
exactly.
Yeah, I cannot wait to get into the South Node, because everyone, I'm sure, is going to be able to relate to that, because this is what a lot of people are still in. A lot of people don't even know that they're still in their South Node. So when we read out what energy these people are in, their jaws are going to drop like, well, I'm doing that now. I'm in this profession now. I react now like this because you're in your South Node. You're in your South Node. So I cannot wait to unleash that. I can, like Cisco said, I can't wait to unleash that dragon. I'm so excited.
Okay, because for me, I'm like I had Scorpio. I had a huge Scorpio, and I'm just wondering, who Spirit. I need to dream about who I was. Okay, I like to do stuff like that. Listen, okay.
Scorpio is the most intense sign and extremely magnetic. So everyone gravitated towards you. That's for sure.
Yep.
That is for damn sure. You were extremely magnetic and very intense. why you need to be kicking off your shoes and relax your feet in this lifetime because you've done enough intensity in past lifetimes. So I can't wait to get into that. Y'all gonna be over here like taking mental notes, put them in your mental Rolodex, and actually physically saying to yourself, damn, like that is me, or I know someone like that, because this is your self note. This is what you're comfortable with. What brings you comfort. So I can't wait to get into that.
Yep. And one last thing before we go. I just want to say shout out to Bestie because her skin is over there glowing and popping. And I even got to let my YouTube channel see this. I need you to see this glow. Can you? I'm sorry.
Let's get it on deck.
Listen, if you're not following me on Instagram, you're going to have to follow me as Creative Energy, CREATUVE _INNERGY. So you can see my best because I'm telling you, her skin is glowing and it's popping today. And I am sitting up here like, I thought I was the Cancer, but she coming in looking like Sailor Moon. And I don't know who I look like. I said, ooh. But yes, ma'am, I love it. Love you.
Thank you. Well, I have tried a new regimen. I've been taking lion mane mushrooms, and I've also been drinking my chlorophyll every morning. And also, I have a new skin regimen that I've incorporated. So it looks like it's definitely done its damn thing. So
okay, listen, in the spirit of newness, we gonna get new from the inside out. Okay, I'm here for it. Okay.
That's another thing. When you heal, it almost like resets your life because then you are clearing out old traumatic toxicity. You're clearing everything out, and the heaviest baggage is always mental baggage. It's not like physical baggage; it's always mental baggage. So that's something else that you'll notice. A lot of people that are healers, they look like 10 years younger than what they are because they have cleared out all of that energy that was weighing them down.
Yep, because I have so many classmates that tell me, they're like, we know we're all the same age, but you look like you're still in high school. And I'm like,
like, you have not aged. You have not aged because you're a healer. You're a healer, so you've already taken care of getting all of those toxins out, which has exuded through your pores, which is why you're able to have that youthful glow because you heal.
Yes.
Healing is beneficial in so many ways, guys. You have no idea. Not only internal, but external.
Okay.
Look at the glow. Okay? So definitely make sure y'all take us out next week. We are going to be talking about the energy that y'all should be coming up out of. Bring your drink, your notes, your notepads, your pen, your pencil, because y'all gonna want to take notes on this. Even if you don't catch the replay, you're gonna want to take notes on this. So that will be our 20th episode, Magoon. I'm so excited. 20 episodes in. We definitely did it. I couldn't have done it without you, of course, and with the collective. We really appreciate you guys for just holding us down and being there for us. So definitely make sure you check us out next week. Same time, same place. Cards and Conversations, where every episode unfolds a deck of intriguing discussions. So we'll see you guys next week. 11/11.
11/11.
Bye, Bestie.
Bye. And as you can see, we love to have fun, but definitely go check out my Instagram page. So you can also check out Ashley's page, and you can Love Anya is also her business page. So go check out some things there. She has a few products, even for children. So look into it. And thank you all for tuning in. I don't know when you're going to tune in, when you're going to see this live. Or it'll be a recording by then, but still, thank you for tuning in, and you be blessed.